settings for YouTube, start video transmission. We are live. Now let's get going here. Now this is the Runaway Warlords Roundtable, episode 9 today. With me.
Pretty crazy.
I got my boys.
Yeah.
Let's start with DarkBriton. How you doing?
How's it going, everyone? DarkBriton is taking the stage, and it's going to be nice to just sit back and listen to a few theories from the man with his sword in his lap, which looks very uncomfortable right now.
Oh. Wait, I look uncomfortable?
No, it looks like you have a very long thing in your
I'm like
lap
leaning
right
on
now.
it. I'm like using it as a cane to support my dumb body. Okay. Anyway.
Oh man.
When he's older, we'll tell him what it looks like.
So Green, how we doing?
Not bad. Nothing much.
Love that.
But how is the community doing without One Piece this week? Yeah, week. This week is a sad day. A sad time.
I know, but it is when all the cool theory videos come out, or where all the interesting ones out. Don't have to do with the chapter. Sometimes YouTubers jump on that, but who knows? Cool kid.
Yep.
How's it hanging?
Yeah, I'm cool, kid. I make One Piece videos. Check me out after this stream, of course. After this amazing stream with Samurai Juice, crazy. I mean, brilliant theory.
Yeah, check out Cool Kid's channel. Man, you've been going over all the episodes. You got some bits in there. I'm trying to think of who you remind me of, but yeah, it's very you got a funny channel over there. Check out Cool Kid's YouTube channel.
Barry
Okay.
also took over his channel as well. Did you see?
Oh,
Barry is invaded.
oh, yeah, because I put him in that one video. Yeah, I mean,
The brick.
he's running the show from now on.
One of the Barry clones has made it into other YouTube channels.
He's multiplying.
Oh, Barry. Oh, Barry.
Yeah.
But don't worry, he's coming for your videos next.
So I got a list of questions here. I lost my anime girl notebook. I think that's in my car, so we had to use that envelope this time. So no cute girl on a motorcycle, but we'll make do. And the first thing on my list, I thought we'd jump right into what happened last chapter. What would you like to see happen in the next chapter? And we left off with Kaido and Yamato about to square off. Ulti is supposedly out for the count, right? Ulti and Page One.
On page 1.
So would it make sense to go to the next fight then, like, aka Frankie or something like that?
I'm not sure, just because there's been so much discussion about if this is 3 acts or 5 acts. I'm still on the belief of 5, and it feels like we're kind of on a tail end of finishing Act 3. So I don't know if the fight... Oda's put us in a place where all the fights for the next act are already set. He's literally just... Sanji's made it to the main stage, facing off against Queen. We got the 3 faces of the Toby Roppo. And we also... Before that, we had the 3 faces of the Straw Hats who were facing the Toby Roppo when Luffy was defeated. I just don't see how Act 3 can continue on, so I do think that we're not going to get any fights, and it's slowly going to take us into ending of Act 3, beginning mid-part, and then hopefully a flashback.
So here's what I think is gonna happen. Oda-sama is gonna
I forgot about her already.
Oh no!
Oda-sama is gonna make her an announcement or give her instructions,
Right.
and
Attack!
actually, I think from next chapter, that's what's gonna happen. Oda-sama is firstly gonna give her instructions, and then we're gonna get, even if a little bit of Kaido versus Yamato, but we're probably gonna see where Momo is currently, whether he's flying up with Shinobu or wherever else. Probably flying up with Shinobu, since he's scared of heights, and once he gets scared, he turns into a dragon. So he'll probably be flying up. maybe hiding somewhere. And then, as for the ending of the act, if it is really 5 acts, then I think everything's already set in stone. We're we're probably gonna get maybe at most at most 4 or 5 chapters before the act ends.
Why do you think it didn't end? This is cool. We'll go, sorry, I just had a thought here. Like, why didn't it act? What is it? Act 4, right? Why didn't Act 4?
3.
Yeah.
We're in Act 3 right now.
Why didn't Act 4 start when Luffy was falling off the damn cliff? That seems like that would have been like the golden goose there. Or
Well,
yeah.
well, okay, I'm going to mention this. I think he's waiting to end Act 3 whenever freaking Onigashima drops down onto the flower capital. I think that's what I was waiting for, because it's like, oh, you got all these moments, and Act 3 didn't end. Well, I'm going to shock you with something probably even bigger than that.
Whoa. Hey, real quick, we got Baker in the chat, and I know that you don't.
Baker.
Baker, I know you don't watch One Piece, so I appreciate you stopping by. I thought we'd just get that out real quick. Baker, wow, how many videos is Baker? Is he posting every day?
He posts. I think he streams every day. He just passed us actually.
What?
Baker Senpai has officially passed us.
Baker!
He has grown so much. It's been adorable seeing him become a full-fledged YouTuber with his own followers now. It's adorable. They grow so fast.
No, that's awesome. Oh my god, yeah, he's playing. I think you're playing Twilight Princess right now, which is definitely one of my favorite Zelda games. Breath of the Wild is the best one, but yeah.
Oh god.
Twilight Princess.
Why? Making me want to play Twilight Princess again.
I actually haven't beaten it, and I still think it's the best.
You haven't beat it?
I'm really far along. I'm like, whatever, really close, but it's on GameCube, so it's a little hard for me to get my GameCube all set up.
Oh, okay.
That's my excuse.
Okay, it wasn't great.
Hey.
Where's just the Wii U, right, Nintendo?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, they've got to make. Well, they're. What did they just do with the Wii? They just made a port.
For
Skyward Sword.
You're talking about they're making for a Skyward Sword for Switch?
I will play that. Hey, real quick, Klein has been chatting. Klein, great to see you, my boy. I thought King D was riding with horses, not a car. Now, I'm not really sure why we're saying this, but I appreciate it. Maybe I'm a horseman. I mean, is there an inside joke maybe that I'm not getting? I don't know. But if
I have no idea.
I think
you
I'm
look like a cowboy.
Oh.
Here comes another alter ego, Cowboy Drew.
Yeehaw, baby! We might have to get down to these horses. We gonna sound.
Dear God, the monster.
Yeah, Samurai Drew, Cowboy Drew, Hobo Drew. What's next?
Oh my God, I don't know.
Oh, Hobo Drew's a thing. That's just a normal.
That's just me. That's just me right now. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Anyway, do we want to get back to any form of train of thought here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Put that.
But yeah, no. Well, okay.
Wait.
Let's go back to One Piece here. So we're talking about ending Act 4, and I think Cool Kid, you said something along the lines of.
Yeah, I said that Onigashima will drop onto the flower capital, and that will end Act 3.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah.
I don't know about everyone dying in such a cataclysmic manner.
I don't think everyone will die.
Now, if this was a flashback, then maybe. Like, Oda does a lot of the crazy deaths in flashbacks, so we'll see. I don't know if Onigashima is going to make it there. That's the thing. It feels like that's more of the climax when Luffy's going in for the final fight, because that's... I can't remember what it's called, the Calamitous or something like that. Grand Line Review speaks about it a lot better. But in general, the birdcage was in that final battle, that final fight. That was more of that. Crocodile basically destroying all of the bomb of Alabasta. That was like that final part of the fight.
Right.
So that's why I wouldn't say necessarily it would come that quickly. It would be more of like when Luffy is finally squaring off, it's about to get ready to drop. That kind of thing.
Okay.
I think if we were to connect the dots from Act 1, Act 2, Act 1 and Act 2, like I can't really remember how Act 1 ended, but I know Act 2 ended
With
when
Luffy,
I'll let you know when
with
you're
Luffy
done.
getting arrested, right?
Yeah, it was Luffy
Okay.
getting.
No, it was Luffy and Kid looking at each other in the cell. So he had already been arrested. They had just been thrown in the cell, and that's as they had the moment is when it started to the shamisen started playing.
okay,
So that's how the Act 1 ended, and that's why Act 2 was a similar way because everyone was like, "When is Act 2 gonna end? This is the perfect spot." And then when it
And
ended, it
then-
was kind of like, "Okay, that makes sense."
but then it ended like Luffy was defeated by Kaido, and he was and he was in Udon. Then Act 2 ended. Luffy took over Udon,
Yes, Act 2. Yes.
and now Luffy has been defeated the second time by Kaido. He's yet to be back. So
Coming back for
we're
number
probably
3.
the Act 2 is gonna end probably like, since a lot of people are saying Act 3 should end with a tragedy. We've already seen a tragedy. Like we've already seen like 2 or 3 tragedies. Ashura Doji, Kinyamon, and Kiku. So we have already, if it is for a tragedy, we have already seen that. But like then it's probably gonna end as Luffy's waking up, or that's what I think. That's the only thing that's coming to my mind right now. Like Luffy waking up, and then Act 3 ending there, or they're leaving us in a cliffhanger with a cliffhanger. Is it with or in? I don't know.
It also feels this is the perfect time, and this is what I mean by all the pieces are finally getting in order, that the fight with Yamato and Kaido is going to have dialogue. It's already had dialogue that's sending people crazy. Kaido is here because it's Wano. Like that's driving everyone crazy as well. Like that type of dialogue has already shown itself, and we just got that fight started. So
also, it's an emotional battle. Like
so when we're thinking about how Oda drops his flashbacks, this would be a really good time paralleling it to the Big Mom flashback when she lost it with the hunger pains. This fight with Kaido, this in the clashes of, I'm hoping, looks like Conqueror's Haki from Yamato. We'll see, but we're hoping that this is going to be a parallel that sends us into what I hope is a really good flashback with Teen Kaido with his skinny ass legs, no leg day. Like I'm really looking forward to that.
How do we feel about
his leg days?
How do we feel about Wano being a giant turtle? And like that's like you know how like all the islands are placed like that? They're like it looks like little tactiles, and like that's what Momo is seeing.
I'm legit gonna stop reading One Piece.
Why?
No, sorry. I've always been on the theory of ancient giants pulled Wano together than
I'm on that too.
It being a giant turtle.
I'm more along the lines of, and that's why the numbers are so interesting that they're now in Wano, because Oars was known as the continent puller, and it does look like all of the pieces of Wano were pulled together. So for the numbers to be back in Wano fighting, it's very conspiratorial, but it also sounds like Oda. So it's one of those things where you're just like, is it too crazy or is it perfect for him? Leg day overrated.
Leg day overrated? Okay.
Yeah, Purple Infernape, how's it going? Klein, may I make a request? Can Runaway Warlords do one episode where you guys dress up as One Piece and King D can be Nami because you're the only person with long hair here?
I
Thanks.
could see Drew doing that.
I'll wear a bikini. I'll get those views
Oh
up.
God, no.
Oh God,
Please
no.
don't.
Come on, we gotta get the subscribers going.
Hey,
This
hey,
isn't
look,
Twitch,
look, look.
dude. We're not trying to do any of that ASMR yoga stuff,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is insane, by the way. Like,
you can wear a
Twitch is
bikini if you're in a hot tub.
no, the
Don't
new
worry,
trend
don't worry.
are girls doing ASMR and yoga, and one literally had like the mic up on her butt, and the comments was just like fart or we're moving on, and it's just like, what's happening?
Oh my god.
It's nuts.
Don't worry.
It's
Oh my
absolutely
God.
absolutely nuts.
Well,
I
you
think
should
that's
do it
good.
when and if we get an OnlyFans account. Don't worry, we'll let
Whoa,
you know that.
whoa,
Please,
that's
yeah,
you
no, that's
guys.
not happening.
Hey,
That's
hey,
all of
hey.
Drew.
I'm not part of this. Hey,
That's all of
that-
Drew.
that if
Me? Why me?
That
leave
yeah,
me out of it.
Oh man.
I will be good on that one. So
Oh man.
I'm fine with merch, like flag and a hat. Like I'm fine with
Dude,
that. Let's stick
If
with
you
that.
open an OnlyFans, you better be showing something good, right? Like something really good. Like you can't just be opening up an OnlyFans and putting up Instagram pictures, right? Like you got to put up something. real
Sounds like
good.
you've got caught on this.
Oh no. Oh
You
yeah.
spend your
yeah.
money in places you didn't want to, buddy.
God, dude, sexiest cake ever.
Hey, I just hear the talk around the water cooler. That's all. Okay.
Speaking of water cooler, let's get back to our boy being underwater right now.
Ooh, good segue. Wow.
Right?
That's great.
What are our thoughts on? I touched on this briefly.
Yeah.
We are still learning so much about Conqueror's hockey. It's insane. The fact that a lot of people are saying it's the voice of all things, which is why people could hear Luffy underwater. However, I'm still under the mindset that with Conqueror's hockey, like you can knock people out by your sheer force of will. I don't see why you can't get people to understand what you're trying to get them to understand through your sheer force of will at all either. Those are the types of things that could make sense within the world of Conqueror's hockey. Because you're already enforcing your will to knock them out. Why can't you enforce your will to get them to understand what you're trying to say?
That's definitely interesting. I'm still
But
not
then-
sure if that's what it is. I still think it's more like the voice of all things.
Hey.
Which is
But
fair. It
then-
just doesn't make sense how other people can hear. If
Oh,
you
when
have
you're
the voice of
talking
all
about,
things, you can hear other
everyone
things.
in Lost Crew can hear Luffy.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I just think that's because probably something with observation, because obviously everyone in Lost Crew must have some kind of observation. They're really close to him, so
I
I'm
know.
sure they can't actually hear him, but
I
they can
doubt that.
understand he's talking.
I disagree. Like Lost Crew is incredibly disjointed from him. The only three that really are like close to him are Penguin, Sachi, and Beppo. Like that. There's a reason that they're all still on that ship. Like they didn't come with him.
Do
And
all
that
three
would
of
be
those-
the same
sorry.
case with Luffy with any type of hockey. Like the Straw Hats are close to Luffy, and only 4 of them have some type of hockey that we know of. So I would push back on that.
Okay,
Real quick. Do all of our 3 supernovas, so Kid, Law, and Luffy, do they all have the same about the same members in their crew?
Law has the
no,
biggest.
no,
How many does
Luffy
Law
has the
have?
last. I think I know Kid. I know Law has about like 1 or so.
A little more than that, yeah.
Yeah, just like around that number. And Kid, I actually don't know how many Kid has.
Kids more in the teens, 5, 10, 15, 18. Looks like there's 18 Heart Pirates on the wiki.
The crew.
Okay.
I'm looking at 21.
On the One Piece wiki?
I don't even know.
5, 10, 15.
But 2 of them whom wear a pale lilac boiler suit apparently. No idea. It says 21 on Google. But you're saying 18?
Oh, okay.
Well,
I-
it's more.
Basically,
It's not the
so.
same.
Yeah.
Either way, there's more than the Straw Hats.
Copy.
Yeah, way more.
So,
But
and then Kids Crew.
Oh, you're gonna look up Kids Crew. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll do it too.
As you said,
As a kid fan,
like
I will be the
bringing-
one to look it up. I will fight you for that one.
There's 4 named.
there's-
Yeah, we know 4, but the rest of them are like a complete unknown. I mean, I would presume they have more crew members because, like, if you guys seen Stampede, all the supernova
Stampede.
ships compared to the Sunny are like huge. So I would presume they have like a lot more.
I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. Just because even in the anime that I'm looking on Kid Pirates deck, there's like 2 other people that aren't in those photos. I'm pretty sure that we saw some in the anime. It's fair to say that there's more than the Straw Hats. Luffy is very particular about who's on the crew, where I don't think Kid would be as particular. I think that's fair.
Yeah, Luffy says whether it's an ally or a crewmate, they're all friends. So
They're not squared off 1v1 like with Blackbeard's crew, if that's what you're trying to allude to. There's not. There doesn't seem to be that dynamic.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. There's another thing I want to jump back to real quick. That was just a quick thought. I just didn't know how many people are in each people's crew. Okay.
You're good.
Conquerors Hockey. Apparently, are we just accepting this telecommunication head thing, right? I mean, Luffy talked to everybody through his mind. It has to be Conquerors Hockey because it has that done to it, right?
That's where I'm going. I think Cool Kid's more on the lines of voice of all. I almost said the voice of all evil. Voice of all things.
but yeah, look, okay. I think it's the voice of all things, but if it turns out to be Conquerors Hockey, I'm totally fine with it. Speaking
I don't
of,
think it's Conqueror's Haki. Like then why is Momonosuke able to hear him from above, like in Onigashima, and no one else heard him? Also, Momo has the voice of all things. What I think is like because they're close enough, maybe his thoughts are resonating, and so they can hear him.
I like that.
But not that because like he has it should be something related to voice of all things, since he could speak to Momo and tell him that he's coming back, and he will definitely win the fight with Kaido. No one else besides them that were very close and Momo that heard him. So being Conqueror's Haki, I don't think like is that it has that much of a range to reach and speak directly to Momonosuke.
Maybe. That's one of the fun pieces about it, is because it's all discussion until we read it, and then even then it's just like, should we still nitpick this to hell, or should we just finally move on to another subject? So that's just the One Piece.
One Piece community, which yeah.
I think
Actually,
People are. What's up?
I was just gonna say, I'm just curious. What are your thoughts on, Yamato knowing Conqueror's Hockey?
I was just about to jump into that.
That's one of the nitpicky things too. It's
Absolutely.
I did. You know what? You guys go first before I say anything.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
it's genetic potentially.
I feel like she's had the training, she has the ambition, she has the manly gusto. Yamato really has it all. Yamato has Conqueror's Hockey. She has everything, right? Like, how else could you possibly look at that?
As the daughter of Kaido and possibly Big Mom, which is absolutely terrifying. I doubt it. I really doubt it, just because she had to be introduced. But there was a time where it's like, I mean, whoever the Big Mom pirates have that are 28, they might be Actually, that's something I'll look that up once we're rambling.
You know,
if
it
there
kind
are
of
any-
makes me think that Yamato's mom really was just someone in Wano, and
That poor lady.
Kaido like fell in love or something, you know.
Well, okay. Because the interesting thing about that with Yamato's mom, we don't know her, but we do know that Yamato was born in the same year as Momonosuke.
They're the same age, yeah. Jack's
Yeah,
a year
yeah,
older. Jack and Black Maria are both a year older. They're both 29.
Oh, I didn't realize they're that young.
Mm.
Yeah, man.
29. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, you're the same age as Black Maria, which is pretty cool.
Hey, really quick, we got some chats here. I guess we misunderstood. Klein said it doesn't have to be. It can just be a normal cosplay. It doesn't have to be a bikini cosplay. But I don't really see any.
No,
other way.
it'll be a bikini.
I don't
It'll
see
be
any
a
other
bikini.
way of
Hey,
portraying Nami other than to show off my TDs. You know, there's no other way to do it. Is that safe YouTube word? You think?
Titties?
It's not.
We're
TDs.
far enough into the stream.
I think if I say it with a bit of an accent, I think it'll fly. TDs.
Oh, God.
And then Klein also says, "Cool Kid is always so polite and nice with everybody." King D and King D. King D and Mr. Britt are like the father figure of all the One Piece community.
I don't know if I would say that.
You know what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that's
no-
very true. I think you're totally right with that, Klein.
So here's something fun. The Charlotte siblings that are 29 are twin females.
Okay.
They are merfolk though. So unfortunately that in itself nixes the Yamato theory. But it's actually the mermaid woman that married Aladdin, Jinbei's second in command.
Yeah.
She is the same age as Yamato. So if she was a Big Mom kid, she would have to be a part of that.
Oh,
I'm just gonna say litter.
Interesting.
Yeah, that would have to be it.
It would have to be,
Sorry.
as far as because that's where the ages line up.
It's the only way it can make sense, but you know, I mean,
Oh,
Charlotte, Prim, and Praline.
I misread Klein's comment, by the way. He's saying that Brit is the father of all the One Piece community, and I am just me. I misread that. Okay, I get no claim into the fatherhood role. It's just you. Okay.
look.
Thankfully.
It's better, but not perfect.
Okay, Daddy. Daddy.
Oh, Mike.
Oh,
I think we might have to put someone in timeout.
What were the other? Or is this the rabbit hole, or have we not even gone down the rabbit hole yet?
I am chomping
We're
at the bit
still
to get to
at the
number
surface.
2.
We just started the rabbit hole. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Let's
Klein.
get back on topic.
Klein, if you're here, this is for you. Okay. Frankly. Okay. This little rabbit hole I'm about to go down.
This is scary.
No, I'm just kidding.
Let's hear it.
Okay, no. I had a little bit of a One Piece date recently where this girl and I we watched One Piece. We went through the Baratier, okay? And in the Baratier, I have this on the live right now in the main screen. There's this sign that's under the Baratier, okay? And it's shown in episode, let's see what episode. It's episode 30. Episode 30. And there's a sign under the Baratier, and it's in Japanese. And in my head, I remember that this was an Easter egg that was discussed by the One Piece podcast with Greg, who visited the actual, well, I'll get to that. Anyway, there's a Baratier restaurant in Japan, okay? And this sign is in there, and it describes what it means, and I completely forgot where it is. So this morning, I went down the rabbit hole. First thing you do is go to Reddit, okay? Reddit, frame text under Baratier's name done well. Does anybody know what the sign means? And there's only 2 responses. A picture would have been great for this post. Yeah, great. Okay. And next time I'll look into it. Okay. Thank you. That was great information. So then I went back to the chapter because I'm like, okay, well, I'll go back to the chapter and see how it got translated in English. It's not in the chapter. It's an anime only detail. Okay.
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 And so now I go to the god of everything, which would be the One Piece wiki fandom. Okay. And I go through it. Nothing on there on this. But what I did find is that the One Piece, the first few arcs of One Piece, the animators would frequently miss facts in the background and just put it in their own little Easter eggs. Okay. So, let's see. Due to its tendency to gloss over small background details, the manga has kept few to little of Ito. This is the different guy I'm going to go into. But basically, yeah, the anime was completely in the wild west of One Piece, and they just made up shit. Okay. So, then I go back to the video where I thought that this was a video where they went to the Baratier in Japan, in Tokyo, and I was looking for the sign, and I couldn't freaking find it. Okay? So this is the big mystery. What does the sign say? Well, if you go into, like, a Japanese dojo, there's these, like, things on the wall, right? And they're either, like, people that have ranked up, or it's your dojo's call sign, or, you know, not call sign, you know what I'm saying? Like, your motto. Your dojo motto. So, where we have to end this little fun discussion is we got to figure out what this says and what motto this is supposed to. So the Baratier is looked at as a dojo for cooks. That's how the animators. That's the animators look at it, and they made them a little sign here. But I don't know Japanese, and I can't find anything on it. So that's where I'm left on this, and that's the great One Piece mystery. Do you guys have any leads to follow?
Oh, I have no idea where to even go with this. It makes sense that it's a fighting dojo because they're the fighting chefs. So I think that's a nice tidbit that the animators put in. But yeah,
and it's not translated.
I literally thought it was backwards because I'm made to think it's spelled out in English, but it's Japanese. So I no idea.
No idea.
Interesting.
I'm completely stumped, and I spent a very long time this morning looking this up, and I just was completely stumped on this. But the closest I can come up to is that this is the dojo of chefs, the Baratier, where anybody who's anybody can come in and test their skills. And this is the motto. In my headcanon, it has something to do with, we are the fighting chefs, and nobody shall leave hungry. Something like that. That's my headcanon for it.
It makes sense. No, it definitely makes sense. Real quick, we do have 9 people in the chat today, so if you could go ahead and like the stream, it really, really helps us out. Yeah, sorry, just wanted to do that quick plug.
Oh, yeah, come on, like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Yeah, so that was my big one this morning. I was really excited to show you guys that because I'm hoping that eventually we'll find the answer to that, and I can ramble on more about that.
Maybe someday in the future, someone will find this and be able to tell you.
Yeah,
the beauty of the internet.
I'm sure someone in there's like, I know how to read Japanese. I'll help this person out.
Right.
I mean, that would be nice.
All I would have to do is ask like somebody, I guess.
Yeah, literally. I mean, if you wanted to, you probably could,
just tweet it out.
To like a translator or something, and be like, hey, I'm just curious, what does this say?
You know what I'll do? I'll add Paul, the translator. I'll add Greg, and I'll add Library O'Hara. What does this say?
Please don't. Library O'Hara, yes. Please do not bring him. Please no. Please do not add like the official translator for One Piece.
What? You're
I'm probably sure he gets enough hate from the Scanlation people anyway.
Oh, well, he's on all the One Piece episodes on the One Piece podcast. But anyway. He's
but if you've been in any stream with people who read the scans, they hate him. Like,
oh, really?
It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, which I like to say, Always support the official release, even if I read the scans. I still like the official and how he translates everything. So so no hate from
Well,
me.
but like I don't understand. Even the scan websites, they say support the official release. I don't know why people will just hate him like that.
It's I get that a lot of people like the extra things that the scanlations do, but I just find it really, really hard when things get messed up. And like, this is the guy who literally talks to Oda's team about what the meanings are. So that's my only interpretation that I want. I don't need anyone else's interpretation.
Right.
Okay. I can agree with that.
Well, that's kind of why you watch the Library of Horror. I know I think I talked about his channel 3 times today already, but I think that I'm going to come in between on that. Is that you can't exactly get a one-for-one interpretation of Japanese into English, no matter what you do. So there's always going to be some kind of weird linguistic trial there.
Oh yeah,
Every
but
language.
there's a big difference between that being the initial understanding or finding that out through context later. Those are two big different things.
Yeah.
Like it is always gonna end up somehow somehow mistranslated in some way, or depending on the reader or the end user. That happens in every language. You can translate something like 100, give it 100 meanings in a different language. So no matter what happens, like the scans will translate it. Like a lot of times the scans are also correct, but the way it is being said in the viz gives it a different meaning, or the reader gets a different context from what is being translated. So that's just it.
Mm. Yeah. That's very fair. Very fair approach.
Yeah.
I got our next thing to go into if you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. Are you guys looking at the stream as I'm talking, by the way? Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I have
keeping
an image up right now, and it's of Zeph. And I just want you know what I forgot about this, and I don't even know if I really remembered it in the first place. Is that in some of the cover stories they showed the Baratier getting some upgrades, and I thought we'd go through a couple of those. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The Baratier has leveled up, frankly. We now see we see we see more stories. They added 4 masts to the side, and there's more construction going on in this little image here. And Zeph is reading the paper, assumingly looking at Sanji's new bounty. Then there's a side restaurant with Sanji's first wanted poster picture with this weird ass face, and so that's like that's like I guess a private dining room area, and yeah, the entrance has Sanji's face on it, so that's wonderful. That's off the side.
That's funny.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's one of those things. That's just mean. This is part of the whole world building aspect of Oda, with so many other stories. Sorry to pick on Naruto, but once you leave an area or a village, rarely you get to see how it's been, unless it's like the Sand Village or like bigger villages. You don't see how the world has continued to change beyond that. With One Piece, you see the Baratier, you see Luffy's village, you see Nami's village, you see all these locations that we've been and are now growing and changing. Heck, the dog Shushu in Orangetown has its own store. Like that, that's amazing world building.
I think it all comes down to like attention to detail. Like Oda pays so much attention to detail in his like you said last week. His office should be crazy because everything should be everywhere because he's trying to piece the story together. But in other in other manga, they totally forget about that. Like right now, as I'm currently catching up to the Boruto anime, and comparing it to the
Why are you doing that to yourself?
Naruto.
One question. Are you doing canon only, or are you looking at the filler as well?
I'm doing
Oh,
both.
it has filler too.
I'm doing both.
Look. I'm going
It
to
has a
tell
lot
you.
of filler.
Dude,
Watch a
Boruto,
good amount of Boruto.
mostly
It's
filler.
all filler. It's all filler. And let me just tell you, Boruto has good moments, but to get to that,
It's currently in
not
canon.
worth it.
It's currently in the canon episodes, and the animation is good. I gotta say that the animation is damn good.
No.
But
I
but what-
agree. The animation is good. No, Sagreen's right. The
They
fight
put a
scenes
lot
are
of money
insane.
into Boruto for no good reason, but they do.
just watch the latest episode. But what I'm trying to say is that, for example, there are right now in Boruto, there are even though it is Kishimoto right now continuing is the one writing, not Okio Kadachi, but there are a lot of missing pieces that is too much. The missing details that I don't think I've seen anything close to that or even a fraction of that in One Piece. For example, if there's any Naruto or Boruto watcher here, spoilers. For example, they are showing a lot of fights of Naruto and Sasuke, but more than half of their powers have been cut off that were in Naruto. So where were those? We don't even know. More than half of their abilities have been cut off. We don't know. They have been nerfed totally. If you read the manga, you'll know they have been nerfed. So that's something that I've not yet seen Oda missed.
That makes me so much more frustrated with Boruto.
You
I'm
want-
sorry. That is really frustrating to hear. Because I was wondering how the world continued, because Naruto basically became a god at the end of Shippuden, but apparently he's been nerfed in this.
He didn't become a god. He was just given a couple of more powers, and it was rushed. Yeah, you could see god tier, but the ending was rushed so much, and now a lot of details have been forgotten.
Whoa! Stop here. You call the ending rush from someone who was reading Bleach. You don't know when a fucking ending has been rushed when you go into Bleach. That was rushed to all hell, literally.
Wait, wasn't Bleach cancelled?
Yeah, it was also canceled. It was canceled.
The anime was canceled.
Naruto ended, so its ending was rushed to all hell. Look, okay, when Bleach chapters were coming out, I was reading it, and literally, I think the last 10 or 12 chapters that came out, the pacing suddenly went super quick. So I'll tell you when an ending gets rushed. So don't do that to me.
Yeah, why was Naruto's definitely was not rushed.
Naruto was rushed.
Naruto took his sweet ass time.
Right.
No. If you get into details about the war arc, you will know the ending of Naruto was so rushed. We've missed a lot. If I were to go into that rabbit hole right now, if I were to go into that rabbit hole right now, those details, you will know Naruto was rushed.
Why do you think Naruto was rushed? We were at the end war for 8 years.
Okay, firstly, let me give you just one point. We don't know anything about Kaguya, about her background, about her details. Even now that we're getting an information about Ishiki or Tsuki, we don't know, and we still don't know. We know less than 10% of the details about the Otsutsuki clan. Who are they? Where are they from? Where are they here? Why do they move around around planets, planting the god tree and planting seeds? We don't know any of that. Why did Kaguya betray Ishiki and stuff like that? We don't know anything about that. We just saw a bit of a backstory about Kaguya, and then we saw her giving birth, and then the Sage of Six Paths and their fight, and then we came back from that flashback.
Wait, hold on. You're saying that you felt it was rushed, But
It
could it
was
be that,
rushed.
wait, hold on. Could it be that it's not in fact rushed, but not poorly written, but those parts weren't explained not because of pacing, but because of narratively? You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God, Drew's made
No.
a nuanced point. This is so cool. Keep going, Drew. Keep going. I love this.
Okay.
Love it.
Well, what I'm saying is they really did have a lot of time to end it. In fact, they were not rushed, right? Everyone loves Naruto. And it wasn't like
Yeah.
Naruto sales were going down. There was number 3. It was number 3, if not number 2, right?
Yeah.
It could be more if he just wanted to end it.
Yeah.
I think that's different than rush. I think the
What
rush
scares
when
me about the
shonen
end
is
of One
concerned is
Piece-
very different because I don't even read new shonen anymore until they make it through their first year. That's rushed. The ones that get that's a completely different understanding
Yeah,
when I think rushed. Or the Bleach
Until-
ending, that was rushed.
Look,
Naruto
okay,
it was
okay,
more
okay,
he
Bleach
just was kind of
ending, final
sold.
10 chapters. Trust me, it's rushed as
Bleach
all
is
hell.
rushed.
At least Naruto has actually a good, fulfilling final fight. Unlike Bleach, which is it's the fucking worst.
Cool Kid, are you okay? It sounds like you really had to get this out.
Sorry, man. Sorry. I just had to say this because someone's like, "Oh yeah, Naruto has a rushed ending." A rushed ending.
What?
Sorry, but
Let's
Yeah,
hate on
I'm
Bleach for a
also-
second.
alright.
Let's hate on Bleach. Like, what is the big lesson learned in Bleach? Like, what is the big moral lesson that we learned from Bleach? And I can't.
I didn't
even
make
think
it
of
out
one.
of the first episode, so I can't
One.
say anything.
One. Let me say it.
Yeah.
Never watch filler that's more than 5 episodes.
Oh my
Episodes.
oh my god.
Don't watch it.
I'm gonna have to be controversial here, but other than the Bell arc, I actually like Bleach's fillers.
That's the
Because
big
it gave
lesson
you
I
more
love.
Bleach. That's the only reason.
Well, not just that, but they're actually legitimately kind of good arcs. But to be fair, I really do like Bleach.
Well, here's the thing. I bitch and moan about One Piece filler, and after everything's gone, I'm gonna be like, oh, I really missed the actually.
Bleach fillers, I like some of them, not all of them, but the ones I like. So it kind of just depends on the arcs itself. Like at least with Bleach, they have kind of one shit filler, but other than that, most of them are pretty good.
Hey, okay, can we pause for a second? I've got to get through these slides, guys. I've been on Sanji's dumb face here. We're gonna get these slides, and we have 3 really interesting questions from chat after that. Okay, so we got some stuff to talk about here. I think we're doing
We
good.
always have stuff to talk about,
Uh,
whether it's
Drew, I have a
relevant or
question.
crazy. That's the real thing.
Drew, I have a question.
Yeah.
Were the chat sent through the mail?
Wait, say that again.
You were raising a mail in your hand, right?
Yeah, my list. This is my list of subjects.
Oh.
I'm like,
Oh,
I gotta
yeah,
get through
yeah,
my
yeah,
list.
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, really quick. Let's just get through the Sanji thing. Okay, so we got
Okay,
we
let's
got the
finish
we
it.
got the private hall Sanji, and then where's the next one? Crap. Okay, and we have an underwater dining dessert room. Have you seen this? I do not remember this at all. There's a dessert ship, and it goes underwater, and it looks like one of those fish with like the light that comes out here, that like in the deep blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're
I have
talking about.
I do not remember this at all, but I guess this was in a cover. Do
Yeah,
you-
it was in a cover that I think it's a restaurant run by Patty or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Patty, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought this. It's a green. You're shaking your head. You're rubbing. Did you remember this? Are you saying that do you remember this little issue here?
I don't.
No, I don't. Okay, I thought you were trying to say, you don't remember this, idiot.
No.
Okay. Perfect.
Don't worry. I don't remember it either.
If that was the case, I would slap my forehead.
Got it. Okay, let's get to the chat, man. Everyone's really excited here. We got Klein that's saying, "Runaway Warlords, such a huge One Piece fan, like all of us. Have any of you played any One Piece video games? Let's just start there. Have you guys played any One Piece video games?
played Burning Blood. I've always wanted to play the Fire Warrior games. I just never gotten them.
It's just like
so maybe
Dynasty
one day.
Warriors.
Yeah, I personally like the Dynasty Warriors type of games, but you know, I just never played Pirate Warriors. I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
I have not at all. I'm thinking about it for the Facebook channel. As of right now, you can only stream games in Facebook, so that's probably going to be one of the things. Once it hits 1,000, I'll start streaming, or either one of us could probably just start streaming one of the One Piece games on there. But to this point, I haven't, so we'll see how bad it gets, how bad that goes.
Burning Blood, I platinumed that game. That is so good. That was just a great fighter game. There's combos you can upgrade. Yeah, no, I love that game.
That sounds like Drew will be the one streaming the video game.
I've not heard great things about World Seeker. That is one I have not heard good things about. Everyone does not seem to love that.
Yeah, I've definitely. I mean, I've heard bad things. I mean, I'm sure it's fine, but I'm thinking people thinking it's like, oh, it's a way more impressive game than it should have been.
Yeah, I get it. They wanted to change it up. They wanted to make him more, running around more. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It worked better as a fighting game, in my opinion. Real quick, let's go to the next one. Unless, Sigreen, do you have anything?
No.
Okay.
I think the only thing I've seen about a One Piece game is the trailer.
Okay, yeah, fair. Okay, let's. Then Klein asks, how did you guys get into One Piece and why? Do we want to get into that right now, or should we save that for something else, for like a video or something?
Let's try and get through some of the other questions, and then depending on how long we go, because we haven't talked about SBS, we haven't finished your list.
I know. So
And we're already at an hour,
okay.
Almost at an
Oh
hour.
my god, we're at an hour. Oh my god, this God.
I know. There's a lot to talk about
we
here.
have fun, man.
I know. Well, we can go over an hour, right? We can do whatever we want.
Well, yeah, we can. I'm just not trying for like 2.
Okay, perfect. How about an hour and a half? We can probably do that.
That's fair.
Okay. Klein, we're going to skip the question, but Wayne and I have. Britt and I both have answered this question in detail in a couple videos, but I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But we have answered this question.
Just link it in the.
Wow.
Link it later in the end cards.
In fact, you talked about it in the last episode of the interviews. The interview, you and Sierra talked about how you guys got into One Piece. There you go. Check out that episode.
Yes.
Okay.
He actually watched all of it.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good video. It was interesting. You guys both were hitting it off. I thought it was a good video.
Good series.
I was searching for a weird anime where an MC used a power to stretch, but couldn't remember the name. My friend thought of it, and it was One Piece. It was an accidental recommendation. Okay.
It was a good accidental recommendation.
Really? That's pretty cool, actually.
Choice, but sketch, because like I can't think of any other anime that has the power of stretching. So I
The
honestly
closest one is Fantastic Four.
Well, that's a good anime, dude.
Yeah. Batsan also says that, man, before Baratier, there was really bugging. Like, I don't think anybody sold before Arlong 100% because it's like, yeah, I don't know. The true beauty of One Piece doesn't come out until the end of Arlong. It doesn't.
Yeah, I think Arlong gets a really good. I mean, I don't know. Okay,
I think that's fair.
I actually really started to like One Piece at Baratier. I didn't love One Piece until Arlong, but I started to really like it at Baratier.
The moments really hit. The first moment that I remember that was like, this is something different is when Zeph, getting goosebumps actually, when Luffy was fighting Don Krieg and he wasn't hesitating, and Zeph was like, watch this fight. There are very few people that you will find on the sea that will not hesitate in a fight. That, and as a 17-year-old, I just remember like, this is different. And this is one of the reasons why it's been with me for 16 years now.
That's insane. It's insane. It's a life-changing anime. It's like you follow it your entire life once you're caught up. And even if you like the most I've gone without looking into the One Piece chapters, maybe like a month or two. Like like I don't know, years ago, and that felt like it was like, oh my god, what was I thinking? I fell out of One Piece for a couple months, but yeah, it's a constant thing.
Oh, even when you fall off for a couple of months, it's the best because you can always binge. That's the best. That honestly was the best part about coming up in as a One Piece fan before like streaming and Kiss Anime was really popular, like the late 2000s and all that. It's just because the binge was just so magical. So magical.
Yeah. Klein says, I don't have Facebook, but you guys should upload we should stream a game.
If we stream on Facebook, we can just edit the video for YouTube.
Those
are like future things we can do.
Probably do. I do the same thing where I just whenever I stream on Twitch, I just re-upload the video on YouTube.
We're focusing more on Facebook because Facebook is really putting more emphasis into catching up to all of them, and that means that there is a lot of space because there's really no one on Facebook.
Did you hear that Facebook
as far as One Piece and anime stuff?
Facebook is taking 0% of your revenue. 0.
Until 2024, so we have 3 years.
Oh, for now.
Yeah, I think same rules as like 1,000, something like that.
It's a little bit more intricate, but and that's something we can talk about at a later point. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, let's get into my next list item. Unless you guys have anything else.
All I can say is I do apologize, Klein, for cursing. This is E for everyone, and I did drop an F-bomb. That is my fault.
You did?
I did, yes.
Did I?
Wait, are you sure it was you? It might have been me when I was getting on police rant.
No, I did.
You.
That's acceptable.
Oh, well.
But also, I know, Drew, you must have just blocked this one out of your brain.
Go ahead.
But he said, do you think Capone or rather Lolo will reach Wano? I do not want to see Capone ever again in One Piece. He has run his route. He is all done. I am good. I do not need to see a baby with a 5 o'clock shadow for the rest of One Piece. I'm fine. Gotti has his whammon. Lolo's getting piped. That's fine. They're all happy.
Dude.
I don't need to see any more of the gang badge of my family. No more. Please no.
You know that we're going to get a pose off of all the worst generation together, going against Blackbeard. We're gonna get a pose off on a rock. They're all together,
man.
And then they attack together. Luffy's leading the charge.
It still just feels like
that panel's coming.
It just feels like the story is done. It really does. I hope. Where else can we go?
Even if it's not, I wouldn't want to see all the Supernova fighting Blackbeard. Like Blackbeard is Luffy's, I would say, personal rival. Like Blackbeard is Luffy is just for Luffy, not all the Supernova. He has I do Luffy has a personal grudge with Blackbeard, so I don't want to see like anybody assisting Luffy in beating Blackbeard. It should be him and him alone.
Or the Straw Hat crew versus Blackbeard's crew, 1-on-1.
I would be totally up for that.
Us versus Blackbeard, we know it's the thing, but I don't want to see anybody assisting Luffy in beating Blackbeard.
Okay.
I don't want to see that.
Well, it also takes away from the Supernovas if all of them become good guys.
Okay.
Like I feel like at least a few of them have to. Apu cannot be a good guy now. Apu's too far gone. Hawkins. I don't know if Hawkins is going to turn over. Like I really do not. It just doesn't seem very reasonable for all of them to be good. What's up?
I have the answer. Blackbeard
Oh my god.
teams up with the world government, and that's the big final
That's
fight.
Dude, no.
That's the big final fight.
Okay. I'm going to stop you why that wouldn't happen. You know, it's not like literally Blackbeard completely betrayed them and everyone else. So, yeah.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. You made me into a warlord. I broke an impel down, screwed over everyone. But let's work together again.
Yeah.
Drew.
I like it. I like it.
Wow.
I like
The
it.
world government ain't that stupid. Well, okay, they might be that stupid, but they aren't going to do.
let's rephrase that. Akainu will never let that happen.
Okay, yeah, definitely not.
Never. And also, like we always forget that Aokiji is working with Blackbeard right now. We have no idea where that's going to play out at all.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want the big battle to be everybody. You know, I just want everyone involved, whatever that is. I don't even know. I don't even know what the final battle is going to be.
But that could be Aokiji's demise, like them finding out and stuff like that. It could spell his death.
I could see him dying before the end of the season or before the end of the series. I don't know if I could see. I would love for Akainu, but I don't think Akainu is dying.
Akainu is a persistent guy. The guy is too persistent. Like he doesn't. There are type of guys that like you have to bend space and time for them to die.
I don't know what's really going to happen with Akainu there, because like I know he's going to be in the final battle somehow, but like I don't know. Is Luffy going to fight Akainu? Maybe Sabo? I just don't know.
We're too far away to even like we haven't even gotten to the final battle of Wano. Like it's way too much speculation for my feeble human brain right now.
Are we even going to Elbaf next?
I hope so.
I will be pissed if we miss Elbaf because I'm pretty sure we might go to Elbaf because really we only have after this arc one more Poneglyph to go after. It could be anywhere. It could be on Elbaf. I mean that I probably actually like it.
Well, the thing is, we know Elbaf is the next mysterious country apart from Wano. After Wano. But the thing is, the whole story, a 1 degree turn could change everything.
Yeah,
it could change our theories, what we've been thinking, and everything could change. Like something very minuscule, like as a minor story in Wano, could change the whole what we've been thinking for this whole time.
Exactly, and I'm gonna pick up on that because Segrain has a great point. We remember before we got to Fishman Island.
Yeah.
What was that like? We're gonna get to Fishman Island, and then just more random circumstances kept happening. I mean, we first started saying we're heading to Fishman Island after Water 7.
Yeah.
And how many arcs happened after that? We're in a similar situation with Elbaf. We're heading to Elbaf. Can't wait to get to Elbaf. The whole community is thinking it like that's like our lexicon.
You know,
but what small happenstance is going to happen after Wano that causes us to go to X more places before Elbaf?
And also, Wano is a mega arc. Elbaf, I think, is also gonna be like this mega arc with little arcs in between before that has been building up, because it's not something that has just they're just gonna go and it's just gonna happen like that. It needs some type of build up, because as Wano has been a mysterious build up from when I can't really remember when exactly. Was it?
I would push back just because of Zoe.
Yeah.
Okay, from Zoe. Let's say from Zoe.
No, I'm saying like almost every. To your point, Wano is mysterious, but so is Zoe. So is a lot of places.
From Punk
that we
Hazard.
talked about.
So from Punk Hazard up to Wano. So I think we're gonna see something similar to that for Elbaf, because like some part of the community is saying like Elbaf is under Shanks' rule or stuff like that. Like Shanks is in Elbaf, stuff like that. So it needs some type of build up.
Where does that even come? Whoa! How does Shanks have Elbaf? What? What is that?
I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that
Thank
theory
you very
before.
much.
I have not heard. Where does
So-
that logic come from?
Do you want to explain
Well-
this again? Yeah.
Or someone explain it, please. Is this another SBS?
It's not
Okay.
an SPS thing, but from what I can understand, because Elbaf is, an island, like, how Fishman Island was protected by Blackbeard. Some people are
Whitebeard.
thinking, Whitebeard, shit, sorry, fuck. Yeah, they were thinking maybe Shanky's the one who protects, Elbaf?
My question is, does Elbaf need to be protected, though?
It's a mystery, so it might.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just before we go into the Shanks thing real quick. I have an image of Elbaf right now, and you see that huge tree, which Adam tree, right?
That's Adam's wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
that's
such
what
a dirty name.
Adam Wood.
Adam Wood, yeah.
The original sin.
Yeah, right? You just wanted a piece of that wood.
Oh, ooh, that's a sweet apple. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, well, the idea would be that like one of the red poneglyphs is with Shanks at Elbaf, and that would be the last poneglyph that they need.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
that makes sense, but
Why? Why don't you like that?
I was laughing at the comment in the chat.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at me.
Oh, wait, let me see this. Or how could you be a hairless mink of the blue?
Hairless mink.
I love that. Hairless minx of the blue sea.
Hey!
That, we are keeping that. Lazy mofos, we're taking that. That's so funny. Hairless minx. I love that.
Yeah.
That is going to be an insult in this community.
I feel like you just called me a muggle.
Hairless mink. I'm
Hairless
trying to picture how it will look. How it will look like. Hairless.
Did the minx called the Straw Hats hairless minx?
Yes. Yeah. So no, that's good. It's good. That's funny. I haven't heard that.
I like
in a while.
that. Hairless minx.
So, but wouldn't it make sense that Shanks would be friends with the Giants?
It can make sense.
I guess
Also,
yes. You definitely have to jump to some conclusions for sure. Go ahead.
Oh, obviously.
Also, Shanks going down will be like the end of the Yonko saga. That will close the saga.
It would be a great. Well, that's the thing. There are a lot of triggers. Luffy is already pissed off at Blackbeard, but I do believe that there needs to be a bigger catalyst to Luffy's conflict other than fighting over the One Piece. That's why Robin's name has always been brought up. If Robin gets taken again, Luffy will burn down the planet for her. Like, we already know that.
And we think she's gonna take it away again. She's gonna get taken away again.
Those are the options. Like, Big Mom would not be saying it, as Oda would not be having Robin's affinity be brought up, not only in Wano, but by Dogstrom in Zoe when he said, people are going to be coming after you. Oda would not write that if that wasn't going to be something relevant moving forward, which is why I'm terrified about my baby girl. Completely terrified for her.
Another trigger, which I think, even though it might be a minor trigger, is Hancock. We don't know what her fate is right now.
Or Sabo.
Yeah.
Or Sabo.
Wait, let me fix that.
Sabo.
Presumably,
If it becomes
I think
another Marineford, I will be upset though.
I think it's gonna be Sabo.
Yeah. So Sabo, Vivi, and Boa are all unaccounted for. Our three.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Boa, last time we checked, we know they're fighting against the Marines, just like the
We cannot.
rest of the Warlords, but the Sabo and Vivi, we just don't know anything other than, oh yeah, well, you see.
Who was I arguing with about Colby beating
Me.
Boa?
Me.
I don't think that there has to be a bigger heavyweight in the Marines to take down Boa. It can't be Kobe.
I'm telling you, Kobe.
Even though he probably won't be turned to stone.
He's gonna be. I think he's gonna win it, man. I mean, I think it'd be more interesting narratively that Kobe gets a win.
Look, I'm going to stop you. Even though I think Kobe needs that W. I don't think he's going to get it.
I don't think so either.
Mihawk's definitely not getting captured, right?
Oh, no.
Who's going after Mihawk? Or did we see?
I thought Vigitora was.
You know,
I think it should be Fujitora.
I thought that's what we saw.
amazing.
Is that not what we saw?
I don't know if we saw where Fujitora was going. We saw him going somewhere,
no,
but
actually,
We only know where Kobe is going. That's all we know.
Manga is after Buggy.
Manga
is after. Yeah, we know
Manga has a
that
chance, to
Buggy,
be honest.
Yeah, Manga has a big chance.
There could be something silly that happens, but most likely, Manga is more
Buggy's
powerful,
getting
even though he is a swordsman, which is kind of funny because.
But Buggy is one guy that we know is definitely gonna get not gonna get captured.
And I guess hockey doesn't work
definitely not
on
going back.
Buggy. Hockey.
He can't get cut.
Yeah, even with hockey, because remember,
His
Mihawk slices Buggy, and he just gets cut in half, right? And that's presumably with hockey. It's not like he's not going to do a hockey attack.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So it could be that even with
But
Manga's hockey,
that doesn't mean he can't be bludgeoned with a fist.
Now that we have, now that is fair.
That's the difference, though.
Dang, I keep on saying.
I think that's similar to Luffy.
But
A hockey punch may hurt him, but it won't kill him. A hockey cut will definitely murk Luffy. So I think that's fair. That's very fair.
But the question is, do you think Buggy is gonna come out and fight?
No,
he's running away.
No.
we know
Buggy is
Buggy.
never gonna get captured again. I assure you, to the end of this story, I don't think Buggy is gonna get captured again. He's just gonna be running around.
This effort will probably end up a young girl.
I guess maybe run away to Shanks. Like where? I don't know. Where's Buggy gonna go after he runs away from us?
That's one place. He could run away to Shanks.
No, he's not going to Shanks. I don't know what I'm thinking. There's no
He
way.
could.
He goes to Shanks.
He could.
Well, okay. I don't think he's going to Shanks, but Shanks will maybe, I guess, pick him up.
I don't know. Yeah, I would like to see that.
That would be the only way, because Buggy would not say no in that situation.
Yeah.
Buggy would never go to him, but if Shanks fell across him and Buggy was like, "I have nowhere to go," Shanks would be like, "Come with me."
Shanks,
and then everyone would rag on him because it's Buggy.
Shanks could potentially, after this whole thing, have two warlords on his side, right? He could have Mihawk and Buggy come to his side after.
Please, no.
Mihawk would not.
No.
Mihawk did it.
Well, Mihawk and
All
Shanks
three of
are.
us are just like, no.
Wait, Mihawk and Shanks are friends.
They're rivals.
no.
I wouldn't consider
it's
Shanks to be
his
someone
own.
Mihawk runs to for
No.
And protection.
He's way
I
too
wasn't
proud.
putting it like protection. I was just putting it like, well, I guess.
It would
I'm
need
not
to be
working for the government
No.
anymore. There's a big war coming up.
Mihawk is a solo pirate, and he's fine on his own.
I think he's happy that he's now.
What side does
to
he
be
pick
completely honest.
in the big war?
Luffy's.
Right. Well, yeah. How's this? Shanks and Mihawk meet up again.
I can see that.
How's that? I'll come to that point. There you go. Maybe not.
Do you think Shanks is going to see Luffy again?
Maybe.
So this is what Luffy said on episode 1 or chapter 1 is right. Give me the hat when you become a great pirate. Okay. And at Marineford at the end, he said, "Well, we shouldn't meet like this, should we, Luffy?" Meaning that the only way that he wants to meet Luffy is when he's king of the pirates, presumably. Not even when he's like a war, because he's already a kind of a warlord. But it wouldn't feel right for him to meet Shanks right now.
Well, we don't know the context.
We don't know
it
the
could
context.
be Luffy puts the hat on a grave.
Right. And
That
also,
could be.
That's what I'm about to get to. There could be two. There are two. Like, what will I say here?
Outcomes?
Luffy might see Shanks, or he might not, because right now Blackbeard is out. They are looking for something. What if Shanks is also out? We don't know, and they clash. What if Blackbeard becomes the reason for Shanks' death?
And
That
that could
will
be another
rile up
catalyst for Luffy going after
exactly. That will rile up Luffy more. So you see, Luffy. That is why I say I don't want anybody like to be on Luffy's side when he's fighting Blackbeard, because it's a personal grudge that they have. So if let's say Shanks also dies, then that's, is it 2 or 3? 2 or 3 with Whitebeard, 3.
For what?
Just Luffy just said he likes Whitebeard because of Ace.
Oh, just as far as people that Blackbeard killed.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was like, wait, what?
This is a lot.
Yeah.
My head's completely exploding right now. So, okay. So we have the thing where Shanks doesn't want the hat until Luffy becomes a great pirate. Luffy takes that as, I want to be king of the pirates so I can give Shanks back his hat. Just because he doesn't give Shanks back his hat doesn't mean necessarily that Luffy and Shanks won't meet up before then. AKA also to hone in this crazy new hockey ability that we just saw, where you can apparently telecommunicate with people.
Maybe.
Or the voice of all things. Either way, Shanks is going to know about it. Another thing is, we got to think about this fourth Rio Poneglyph. So we're going to get the third one from Wano. The fourth one, maybe in Elbaf, or it could be that the government has it. Be one of the two big options. Or freaking.
Okay. Just that's the only place I can think of, unless if, well, maybe Marco could know something about it, because the fourth one, we know it was on Fishman at one point, and maybe Whitebeard moved it somewhere else, and maybe Marco could tell, Straw Hat's like, oh yeah, it's over in this island. So,
I think that's fair. I'm hoping that's one of the reasons why Marco is also there as well.
Ooh.
Just to be able to.
But
tell
then
them
what if
where
he
that's at.
dies before that happens?
Right. Any other things on your list?
Oh yeah,
Drew?
we got 2 more if you want it.
Yeah, let's cover a few things. I want to briefly go over the SBS because y'all did it and I wasn't there for it.
I said 2 things.
And
I
my
meant
boys.
4.
Before we
What
move
are
on,
let's think here. So you guys really want to do this SBS? So
I want to do the SBS.
So let's do 2 more questions. I actually got 4, so I'll just condense it into 1. And I already have something up on this, so this is what we're going to talk about. Okay. And for the 9 people watching, you're glad you're going to be here right now.
Please don't go away. Please stay.
Okay.
Hey, we're not weird. Well, not mostly weird.
You just lost one.
Oh, okay. There we go. See ya. See you later. No, okay. So we're going to talk about one thing, and then we're going to SBS. The timeline of One Piece. The One Piece timeline, okay? The epicness that begins with year 0 of the Kaien Riki calendar. Now, have y'all ever heard of this? The Kaien Riki calendar.
You literally have figured. This is the first time I've heard of it, and I watched Tekking in Library of Ohara.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe next episode I'll figure out Kenariki, where that comes from, but I have not been able to. Just off my brief look at this time, I have not seen the answer to that one, but we'll get to that. So, according to Library of Ohara, in the beginning of the timeline, the planet is born, life is on the planet, humans appear, the age of the dinosaurs begins. So presumably
they did have dinosaurs, yeah.
Right,
cool.
right. So we got to remember that there's evolution happening here, which would go against what I would be kind of more pushing towards, which would be that the moons had different races and then came to the world that we know. So maybe that kind of goes against that theory for me, but could be true. The age of the dinosaurs begins. Water supposedly flood the entire planet, leaving only the red line and a few islands. So this is saying that this happened thousands of years ago, according to the Library of Ohara, which maybe I thought the general consensus is that the red line wasn't natural.
I mean,
and that happened in the Void Century or something. But I guess maybe that's not what people are saying.
Could still be.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this could be wrong, right?
Or the
Yeah,
Void
maybe
Century
like
was
maybe
just
it could be
discovering
like
how the Red Line was created.
maybe it's like this is stuff that has like like the Marines give out like this as fake information, right? That could happen.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Okay. So then we go to humans develop culture and knowledge. Alabasta Kingdom is founded on the Sandy Island, at negative 4,000. So, but we still have question marks on the year there. So it's all really strange before year 0. But that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Is why would
so
you start counting anything until year 0?
well, this is before the making of the calendar. Just like everything BC for us is before I do before calendar or before modern era which is BME.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a similar function to that.
Yeah, and what they're even saying is before year 0 is that's when we get the whole Enaru cover page thing where the 3 dudes on the balloon. Sorry, just like I'm gonna cough real quick. Okay, now I'm good. All right. Due to a lack of resources on the moon, the moonfolk decide to leave and return to the planet below, abandoning the automata in hibernation on the moon. Presumably before year 0, and I wonder why that would be presumed. Because man, I would have thought that would have happened a little bit before the Void Century or something like that. But maybe that is
So
true.
roughly the city on the moon lasted around 2,000, but roughly a little bit more than 2,000 years.
Yeah. And then we can't forget the Great Kingdom, the nation that would be later known as the Great Kingdom, is founded on a certain island, likely Laftel, not Raftel. And then we got Zunisha is born after year 0. The Kayan Riki calendar here. Moonfolk, they migrate to 3 different islands that would become known as the Burka, Skypea, and Jaya. Shandora is founded on Jaya. Well, let's just keep on going, right? This is interesting stuff. The Tantata tribe leaves their country in search of resources, but are hunted and pursued by humans. Presumably after year 0 and before year 400. Okay. The king addressed.
So it's 400 years of the Tontatas being hunted, and then, or 200 years of them being hunted, and then the slavery era started. So they went from being hunted to being slaves.
Oh, yeah. Lazy Mofo says never heard of this, but if I had a timeline, but it's all based only on Luffy's age, so I didn't get lost. This looks extremely interesting. Thank you, Lazy Mofo.
It is.
Okay. So, Dressrosa, the king of Dressrosa proposes to shelter the Tantata in exchange for labor, except for he turns out to be Hitler and makes them all into work camps and is an awful person. This is the time when all these awful dudes are ruling these countries before this, right? Then, because this is the Tenoribito, so this is before they really became gods. So they're still evil in the world for sure.
I don't know if they hadn't been elevated to celestial dragons yet. I think that was after the Void.
Yeah, that was after the Void Century when they all came together to form the world government. So they were just still, I guess, asshole kings.
It kind of makes you think, like, was life really better before the World Century, or before the Void Century? Maybe that's why people are so hesitant to talk about it and to change it. Because it does, like, if you look at all this, there's some pretty horrific stuff here, like the Tantata tribe. They had to, lack of resources on the moon. They had to travel down. This is like a whole period of struggle, right? The Great Three Kingdoms gaining more and more. The Great Kingdom thrives, gaining more and more power over time. So the Great Kingdom, presumably, the world government. Okay, year 402. This is the first official year that we have. This is all guessing before this, by the way, by the Library of Ohara. So all these dates are just guessed if it's before year 0 or after. I'm sure they have great evidence to support where they're putting these, but these are very much guesses, except for year 402. The city of Shandora is going through the golden age in year 402. There we go. Shandora is gold as hell, and they got a great city. Around the 6th century, so after 500, year 500, the Kainriki calendar, okay, the mink race decides to isolate itself from the world. Ever since then, very few humans set foot on the island. Around the 6th century, so so this is before the Void Century, 100 years before the Void Century, the minks left.
Okay.
And were they not on in relation to Wano during this time? Because
We have no idea.
Because that's where the Wano and mink relationship.
Where did they
started.
even live from?
What's that?
Where did they live from? Where did they live from? Where did they live from? Where was their former home?
Man, and I would guess Wano. I would guess the minks are from Wano.
That's the only place that kind of really makes sense if they're together in some way.
Also about Zunisha, is Zunisha the only gigantic elephant, or are there other creatures like Zunisha?
I would think so, and that's why Momo's ability is so damn cool. Is that there's a bunch of these.
I think that was the reason you were bringing up the turtle, right?
Right.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. Sorry, this is running a little long for me. Keep talking.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Let's wrap it up. We'll get to just year 0. Okay. So.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. We'll get through this fast.
Okay.
The Great War ensues. A battle starts, and this is the Void Century here. Given the immense power of the Great Kingdom, 20 kingdoms, amongst which are Alabasta and Dressrosa, form an alliance to wipe the kingdom out, declaring war against it. The Great Kingdom crafts what will be later known as the ancient weapons. Now, when they're saying to destroy the Great Kingdom, we're talking about the land, the D clan or whatever this is. This is the big clan that was presumably, and I keep on saying presumably because I can't think of a better word for this, but presumably the good guys. So the Great Kingdom crafts what will be later known as the ancient weapons, and one of them is Pluton, a ship supposedly again, built at Water 7, capable of destroying an entire island. Wow, and we even have like a weird. Whoops. But yeah, we have a weird. Jeez Louise, I can't get out of this. There we go. We have a weird diagram of Pluton right here, and I don't necessarily remember that, but it is right there, and I don't know if this is Pluton or not.
I think this was from this should probably be from the blueprint that was with Frankie.
Do you think that's okay?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. And then we let's go to the Fishman Island here. Legendary mermaid princess develops the ability to communicate with the Sea Kings. This fearsome power makes her known as one of the ancient weapons, Poseidon, as she lends her help to the Great Kingdom during the war. Due to the Great War, the age of slavery of the Tentata comes to an end. Due to the Don Quixote family focusing all their efforts on war. The Kazuki family of Wano gets involved in the war, aiding the Great Kingdom. Joy Boy then makes a promise to the Mermaid Princess to raise a large ship as the Noah from Fishman Island to the surface. The Great Kingdom eventually begins to lose, with the Alliance gaining the upper hand of the war. The city of Shandora falls, destroyed by the Alliance. Due to certain events, Joy Boy is unable to keep his promise, and Noah stays at Fishman Island. Eventually, the Alliance emerges victorious, wiping away the Great Kingdom and most of its inhabitants, except for the D clan, right? 700. Man, there's a lot of stuff here, and we're just gonna deal with like the poneglyphs.
This is a long.
Let's skip ahead.
This would be a whole
this is all
other
stuff
stream.
we're familiar.
How about we just save it for another time?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could save it for a whole other stream.
I'm good
So
with it.
for those who have made it to this point, we will pick it up in 3 weeks potentially, just because Oda's on his normal schedule. So in 3 weeks, it'll be our 10th Warlord Roundtable.
Yeah, with that, I think we could just focus solely on this and cover everything.
Yeah, jeez.
could even
And the
expand more on
Kainriki
it.
calendar. Let's remember that word.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Okay, SBS.
Yes,
How about
time.
this? In the interest of time, everybody gets to talk about one question. So we get 4 questions we get to dial in on. How's that?
Okay.
All right. I'll be the last. Let me check my questions.
Okay. I'm gonna pick
you-
first then, unless Britt wants to.
Well, it was more of just covering some of the smaller things. This was the one where Yasue did. It is revealed that Yasue is not the original father of Otoko, which is very, very rough to find out from an SBS, especially with the last chapter of her saying, "Do you think Daddy can see the flames? Do you think they'll reach him?" And it's just like,
So that's question 9 about Otaku's mom. In other words, Yasue's wife. What type of person was she? Is she still alive? Long ago, Yasue used to be married without any children, but after he lost his wife, he remained single. After losing to Kaido and surviving, he found a little baby at Ibutsu Town. The baby was Otoku. Otoku does not yet know that they are not connected by blood. There you go. That's the whole.
so
That's the
sad.
deal there.
Yeah, that was really my big thing. Some people ask like, why is Black Maria's fruit not an insect? And Oda's just like, because spiders aren't insects. Like it was basically it. The side boob from Yamato's side boob getting some backgrounds is interesting. Did he name it?
I don't think he gave it a name, but it's a side boob.
Okay. Shout out to PN Yashirai for asking that question.
Oh,
as
and
a person of class.
yeah, we get kid's actual name for his devil fruit, and he's like, "Oh, did I not mention it before? Whoops."
I just love it. It's like, oh.
Oh crap! I was
God.
doing arcs. I was doing phases in Wano. Whoops! I forgot to end the act. You know, like what the heck?
I'm sure upcoming the name will be revealed in a chapter, but you know.
I didn't mention it before, huh? It allows one to freely manipulate metal with magnetism. I should have mentioned it somewhere within the main story. Whoops. Next time I'll draw something about it. Okay.
Hopefully that reveal will be soon.
Soon.
I have a request of a lifetime. Please let Steri sit on the empty throne.
No.
Stelly, sorry. No. Otis says no. Period.
No. Yeah.
So we're talking about the
But
empty
one
throne at the world government headquarters. Yeah.
So what, Segrain, Cool Kid, did you two get your thoughts?
My thoughts, I mean, honestly, I actually really like this SBS because, I'm being honest, I really love the SBSs when they go with random shit no one cares about, like, how does Kaido eat his fish? Who cuts the straw hats? But I think
Is Luffy's...
the big question that I want to talk about is the one with Roger holding the baby in ages, where he's like, I haven't spent time with the baby in ages. Someone's like, well, there aren't any women on Roger's ship, so... And then Oda's like, what? That was nothing. Just skip that. Don't worry about that.
It's Luffy, and he time traveled to the future. Ah! I don't know.
More like it's Shanks and Buggy.
Maybe.
I
That one's more likely.
I think the only two possibilities I could think of off the top of my head is either it's Shanks or Buggy, or I don't know, he might have another kid somewhere. Maybe. That's the only thing I can think of.
Lazy Mofo says, "Don't even get me started on the empty throne." Why don't we? Lazy.
Yeah.
We don't lazy. Maybe I should call you Mofo. Lazy Mofo. Why don't we like the empty throne? Why are we? Why? You know, it's the idea that the leader is a secret person that doesn't need the fame that everyone else does, right? They just need the power, not the fame, which is interesting.
Yeah.
There you go.
Drew, sorry, did you say your thoughts too, or no?
I mean, I was just saying the magnetic fruit. Yeah, the side boobs are funny. Man, you know what? I got everything out. I mean, honestly, guys, just the baby thing, black hair. Is Shank's hair black? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's sorry.
That was
That's
Fiore that I
Hiyori.
was holding.
My mistake. I had a brain fart there. I'm good. I'm good. We can end it. Unless you guys got
Cool.
anything else.
So we're-
Actually,
What you got, cool kid?
Dude.
just one stupid quick thing I have to mention. If you want to see me go through all the questions, check out my SBS video I did, like, I think it was like earlier this week or something. So yeah, check that out. I'm trying to cross promote my videos.
Yes.
So, you know.
no worries.
Cool kid. Check him out. What are we at right now? We're at 51 subs.
53
50?
last time I checked.
Come on. If
Let
you're
me-
in the chat, give cool kid some love there.
Actually, let me just check real quick. What does
And-
YouTube see you say? Yeah, I'm currently at 53. Let's try to get to 100. Woo!
Yeah, and then Sagreen, your channel's growing too, right? You got like how many subscribers do you have?
Yeah.
Like 500.
I'm at 637.
Oh my god.
Really?
You're gonna pass us in no
Nice.
time. It's gonna be the
Man,
Sagreen
24
podcast.
until monetization.
Cool. Yeah, check out Sagreen and Cool Kids channels. Jeez, this is what it means to be Runaway Warlords. We just want people that are into One Piece on our channel, and everyone kind of comes in and we have the show, right? That's the kind of the idea of the channel. So yeah.
Yeah, this is what it needs to be, like a YouTuber or to put yourself out there. You meet a lot of great people on the journey.
Cool. So I think that is a good place to end it. The link for I Will the Gamer is listed below. Go ahead and show some love in the Warlord raid to his stream. One of
Yeah.
our Nakama. He is a Pokatuber, so we try and broaden out and interact with other channels. But yeah, go ahead and leave some love. I'm the Dark-Briton.
Oh, I'm Samurai Drew.
These are our amazing guests. And we'll catch you all
Great.
next week for
Okay.
chapters
Good.
1017. As well as the
1017.
Warlord watch list coming out this Friday, right?
Yes.
Ooh,
Oh, this
okay.
one's good. This one's good. And I'm really excited for the opening montage because we talk about Tsunade characters. So anyway, it's fun.
Ooh.
Tsundere? Tsundere or Tsunade?
Sundere.
Tsundere. Okay. Can't
Oh.
put the...
I thought I had Tsunade.
Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye. Care for someone
Goodbye.
close to you.